Hello, family. It's Mama Lena. I'm the lady on the couch making videos of my opinions. I try not to make these videos too often because I do a lot of studying and watching a lot of YouTube videos of our people and watching our family wake up. Um, I came on here today to talk about some of the injustices of our people and how to deal with the enemy. Uh, you know, this injustice has been going on for so long. We have so many of our people that want to love their enemy and protect the enemy to the point where they themselves are supporting the system of white supremacy. I feel sorry for those brothers and sisters, but if you want to go by Bible scripture, which I happen to go by, and I feel is our way to justice, uh, the main thing is to call these people out wherever and whenever you can. And when you refer to them, don't refer to them as white people, refer to them as so-called white people. If you want to talk in a universal language and call yourselves or your people black, don't say black because we're not black. My hair is black. My skin is not black. So also refer to us as so-called blacks. By doing that, you are not justifying the labels that these enemies of ours have put upon themselves and us. Okay? Now, if you want to see white, white is the color of this paper right here. And I don't know any white people. Their true color is pink. They have no melanin. Therefore, you can see their blood through their skin. So they're red or pink. So always refer to them as so-called whites and to us as so-called blacks. Does that make sense, family? That is one way that you're going to call out their bullshit. Now, all the traps that they have set for us, or set for us, through ever since they brought us over here from the continent of Africa, they are starting to fall into themselves. Okay? Um, there are statistics that these middle class so-called white people, primarily males between the ages of 35 and 54, are dying by suicide, drug addiction, and they're dying at alarming rates. Why? Because they are now suffering themselves from some of the disparities that we have always suffered from. There's no jobs in America. These rich elite people have sent them all out to other countries. Other countries are making products for America for $2 a day, very, very low wages, which Americans, so-called Americans, won't work for and can't afford to work for. As a matter of fact, the so-called social net that was put in existence for Americans are almost gone. America is going down slowly but surely, and we're watching it as we speak today. Okay? When white folks can't get jobs or can't make a living, okay, and then they resort to suicide or they go on drugs. So remember when they planted drugs in our communities in the 70s and imprisoned our brothers? Okay, when they planted those drugs, that was a form of committing genocide because they know when the men are locked up or not around to procreate, then our numbers will fall. That's another reason they tried to commit genocides by letting all these other foreigners into our country, giving them the jobs, giving them money to open businesses, supporting them. And what those foreigners have done is taken over our communities, draining our communities of our resources and treating us, following suit of the so-called white supremacists, following suit in oppressing us. Now, little do they know that if we weren't here, they would be oppressed. Now remember, back in the 60s, affirmative action was designed for us, so-called blacks. That system was designed for us, and these government jobs were put in place so that we can make livings. It was for us, designed specifically for us. But who gets the advantage of affirmative action now? If you are so-called black, you can't even file a suit unless someone comes out and directly calls you a nigger. And even if that happens, you still have to prove white supremacy exists and that you were discriminated against. But you let a white woman say that someone harassed her on the job or someone didn't give her a promotion because she was a woman. White, she can sue. You let some of these other nations cry discrimination, they can sue. But us so-called black people can't even take advantage of the system that was designed for us. They've usurped that. Okay? So you can't even sue. You have no power in your hands. So they can kick you around. These jobs have states have enacted laws now where a job can fire you for any reason. Now you hear constantly of white people being defended if they lose their job. Oh, all hell breaks loose. Oh, he can't lose his job. But you know what? We lose our jobs every day. Nobody cries about that. All right. We're still here though. Why? Because we are a blessed people, and the Lord promised that he will keep a remnant of his people always, forever. All right. Now, white supremacists is the reason that these white folks are dying by suicide, opioid addiction, unable to reproduce because the so-called white man has polluted the air, polluted the water, polluted the food. And who is not really strong enough to endure that? So-called white people. You see, when God made us, he made us a special people unto himself. That's why we're stronger, we're more beautiful, we're enduring, our biology is different. The Lord made it that way because he knew that we would have to endure so much from these wicked nations. So with all of that said, I want to tell you a little bit about King David, who wrote the Psalms. Okay, King David was a mighty king, Israelite king. He loved the Lord so much. He was highly blessed, and he got up early in the morning to give God his praises, and God blessed him immensely. And David wrote the Psalms, and he wrote it for almost every wickedness that we endure. He wrote a Psalms for it. There's one Psalms that I would like to share with you. It's Psalms 141, verse 10. And here's how the scripture reads, family. Let me put my scarf on. Okay, just a moment. Let me So how do I get this back? Okay. All right, I'm sorry, family. I did find the verse. I had to put you on hold for a moment. And this is what the verse says. It's Psalms 141, verse 10. It says, our bones are scattered at the grave's mouth, as when one cutteth and cleaveth wood upon the earth. But mine eyes are unto thee, O God, the Lord, in thee is my trust. Leave not my soul destitute. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me. and the gins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nest, while I withal escape. Okay, family, you see that? You see that, family? That was King David's psalm. He says, let the wicked fall into their own traps. And I really like those scriptures. And whenever I'm having a problem or in despair about something, I go straight to the Psalms. So family, with that, I'm gonna close with remember how to fight back. We're gonna use those so-called descriptors and never acknowledge the evil. All right. Peace.